How's it going, guys? My name is Splattercat, and I'm here today with Pixabyte taking a look at Door Kickers Alpha, which is currently being created by Killhouse Games. This game is a strategy game in which you raid houses and try to clear all the hostiles, but it gives you unprecedented control over all the things that take place, so it gives you a pretty extensive planning phase and so forth. If I had to describe it in two games, I would say it's Deadline meets possibly Jagged Alliance back in action, where a lot of it is based on the tactics that you use. So without further ado, let's jump straight in and play the game. So right now there's no campaign, it's in a very primitive alpha version state. There's also going to be a mission generator which randomly generates missions, and also they're going to give you the toolkit so that you can make your own missions and publish them online. So there's going to be a lot of robust content there, but for now we're going to stick with the single mission. And so you can see here there's a bunch of floor plans that we get to choose between. And so I'm going to pick from, let's go with the mock-up apartment first. I've had the opportunity to play a few of these, and I warn you, I'm no good at this. So this is where the game starts out. You have the layout of a basic apartment, you've got your agents here, and if you mouse over them, it randomly generates the names. So we've got D Hyros, and we've got C Radu. It's got their weapon in brackets or parentheses next to there, so they're both armed with 1911s, mighty fine choice. Down below that, on the bottom left, you can see that there's a pistol icon with 7 out of 7, 3 and 1. The 7 out of 7 is how much ammunition they have left for that 1911. The 3 with the little canister next to it is how many flashbangs they have, and then the explosive symbol all the way on the right is how many breaching charges they have. Now, the controls for the game are fairly simple, but they take a little bit to get used to. You'll fiddle with them a tad. Now, if I click on a character, I can click and hold down, and I can direct him in a direction, basically. I can direct him to go around this corner, and if I unpause the game, he'll run over there. Now, at any point during this chain, I can add a waypoint, and I can tell him which direction he wants to face, and so I can add loads of these, and facing him in the right direction is going to increase the chance that he survives. So let's go ahead and take a look right there. He's going to swing, and he killed a guy that was in the building. I forgot there was no door right there. Now, he did take a bullet, so you can see it changed to injured right there with his stats, and there is a timer on the bottom because the game is sort of a time trial. Now, let's see if we can plan out this breach from top to bottom. So we'll restart the mission real fast. I love how it's seamless. There's no load times or anything like that. It says there's campers right here. The game kind of randomly generates what happens. So on this map, there will be a number of configurations where the terrorists or the bad guys will be. It's not predetermined, so there's 3 or 4 different arrangements, and you never know which one you're gonna get. So if you try and run the same strategy twice, you may end up getting yourself blasted quite badly. So what we're gonna do here is I'm going to bring him over to this location, and we're going to make sure that he's facing at all times in this direction, and once he gets to here, I will direct this unit with what he's supposed to do, and so hopefully this works out in our favor. Let's see how this goes. And so there he is, and he took a shot, and he nailed this guy right here. I'm hitting the space bar to go back into planning mode, and what we'll do now is we'll have this guy go like, that's a little close for me. What we'll do is we'll have him swing up like so. And as he goes in, he's going to face this direction. So we're going to make sure he's always facing to the right here. This guy, meanwhile, is going to go straight in like this. And as he goes to that location right there, he's going to swing his view outwards until he's facing this way, providing cover for this guy. And so let's do it. Oh, and he got blasted going in. And so mission's a failure. And so we'll try it one last time. I didn't think there was going to be this many guys in here. So what we can do is we can kind of step him backwards a ways and see if we can get ourselves situated. But just like before, we'll go like so. Make sure he's facing the proper direction. And see, nobody in the hallway this time, so it's different every single time. What we will do, however, is step around that way. We'll also step around this way, see if we can find any hostiles. Nothing there. And so we're going to pause it. There we are. And we'll put both of those facing like so. And we will breach together. Alright, we quickly want them to reface. And I did want to mention, at any time you can grab your guy as he walks along his path, and you can rotate him as you see fit with the right click. Everything in this game is either spacebar, right click, or left click, so the controls are pretty seamless. Now let's say at this point they had used up all their ammunition. We can right click any of them to give them an instruction. Right here we have the ability to reload his weapon, throw a flashbang, or discard whatever action they're currently undertaking. Additionally, we can add flags to any of the situations. So let's say that we wanted to time our operation. So as you get further on, some of the maps have like 8 operatives. You'll have tons of guys that you have to orchestrate all at the same time. What you can do is you can create go codes. And so you'll set up the path that you want everybody to take, but before they'll do it, you'll assign it alpha. And you'll maybe take the group that's over in this corner and you'll assign it alpha as well. Down here, if you click go alpha, they will start the plan that you've dictated so you can get people to act in unison, which is a very cool feature. I'd also like to see a wait and hold option, like maybe when they stop on a location, you can set an amount of time on the dot, like say 3 seconds or 4 seconds, that will tick down and they'll hold that position for that amount of time. But once again, the game is in very, very early beta, so maybe that will be added later. Let's get back in the action here, and I think what I'll do is I'll have him take this position right here. And this guy's going to provide him with cover as best as possible. I mean, sometimes they get in each other's way. The door frames could be a little wider. But let's take a look here. Now, this is going to get risky. Anybody? All right, so he's going to breach now. We're going to go straight on in, and nobody in this room. So we'll have him hold the cover right here, have him scan a bit, and we are taking much longer. Normally, I think I could run this mission. My fastest time was 13 seconds. So I'm definitely taking a little slow right now. Hopefully, we'll find a contact, and we won't get ourselves killed. And so we've got one final room to clear. And so let's take a look, and let's make sure he's facing the proper direction as he goes around here. There it is, and we got him. And so the game does have a jumpy feeling to it. You will find yourself going, oh god, and that was actually my fault completely. And we lost a trooper. We lost a trooper on a very simple mission, and that was all my fault. And so that's one of the things about this game, is it's very much your fault. Now, there is a random type of nature to the game that you will find as you go along, and this is unfortunate. Are they going to be in this room right here? We'll see what happens. We'll close our distance a little bit. We'll pause the game, see if he's cornered up in there. Nay? Yes or no? Huh. Well, there's nobody in the closet, so we must have missed somebody. We have to have missed somebody along the way. We have 2 bodies and we need many, many more. Or, I'm sorry, we have 3 bodies. So maybe I missed a corner in here. Very, very strange. Oh, and we died again. And so the game is a lot of trial and error. Let's go ahead and try a different mission. We'll take a look and see if any of the other missions are a bit more successful. This one right here, Cartel Beach Party, I think is the best representative mission that you're going to play in this game of what everything's going to be like. I think I've played out to, oh, possibly this one right here. This one is actually much more complicated than it looks. It's got hostages involved, so there's actually going to be people you can extract in some of these missions. They're also talking about actually putting in people that surrender, and so you have to tell your operatives to distinguish between people who surrender and people who are putting up a fight. And if you end up with too many body bags, you can get yourself into trouble. And so reading what the developers are saying, it seems like they have a lot, and I mean a lot of ideas on the horizon. I actually haven't messed around with the hostage rescue at all just yet, so I don't even know if it's completely fleshed out or available. But let's do the Cartel Beach Party, because this one is one that I had a ton of fun playing with, and to a certain extent you can almost consider the game a puzzle game, because in many respects you're never going to clear a mission on your first go. I thus far have only cleared like the most simplistic of missions on my first playthrough. I'm gonna swing this guy back into this corner because that's a little wide for him. Let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to do the same with this unit. I'm going to draw him back, and they're just going to hold this position right here. So there's a few things that are different in this mission. First and foremost, we're going up against overwhelming force. So there are 27 to 30 bad guys in this little area right here that we're going to have to neutralize. Now, obviously, we don't have that kind of manpower. We have 4 guys, but we do have some things working in our favor. Namely, 2 of our guys have assault rifles in this, and assault rifles are incredibly accurate, and they allow you to take people out with pinpoint precision. Now, that means you want to use your pistol guys to good effect for cover for these guys who are basically your ringers. These guys are your Rocky Balboas. You want to keep them safe at all costs because they clear rooms in a much more simplistic and easygoing fashion than everybody else. So we've got Bizao G. Genric, we've got, I can't see, NA not set something, and we can't read his at all. But we have 2 riflemen and 2 pistolmen. Now what I'm going to do is I will step out to here, and I'm going to tell him to throw a flashbang. You can direct the flashbang where you want it to land, like so. I'm going to have him bounce it a little bit right off of that guy's car. So hopefully he's insured well. I don't really know if insurance would cover that anyways, but we can hope. And so he'll throw that out. And now that the flash is out, you get little stars for where the enemies are going to be at. And so we'll have him take his shots. There we go. And actually, that was my fault. He actually stepped falsely there. Now, we want to be careful with leaving him right here because there is a little bit of a random nature to this game. And sometimes, no matter how well you plan, you still get killed by magic bullets. And I'm assuming these are things that are going to be fixed as the game goes along. But what I mean by magic bullets is I've seen guys with one round on a pistol fire from this little tiny sketch right here straight through that hole and nail him right in the face, which I suppose that could definitely happen in a situation like this. So it's not that it's something that I count as a bug, but I definitely don't want to leave him right there. So I don't really want to send him into the hallway either. So let's cancel all their actions. I'm going to drag this guy back. We're going to come up and around with our pistol guy because we want to keep him safe. Now, the other thing is that the bad guys react to sound, and so what you'll find now is that almost every guy in this map will be facing this way because they heard the gunshots. This is going to give me the opportunity to go out and wide here, and hopefully this works. God, I'm so nervous right now. Hopefully this works. We're going to throw a flashbang right into the middle of there, but hopefully miss everything else. Right about that time that happens, we're going to send this guy in with his crazy rifle skills. And so hopefully, oh God, there's one right there. So, and there it is right there. And I was, oh, see, that was the magic bullet. That's what I'm talking about right there. Just that magic bullet that somehow takes everybody out. But it was from a rifle, so I guess it makes a little bit of sense. Oh, we got an assault rifle guy right there, or a guy with a submachine gun of some sort. So we've already got a guy down. This is the time to press our luck right here. And so we'll see what happens as we go down that hallway. He took out a bad guy right there. We're going to have him hold that direction as we swarm around this way. And we're forcing these guys to adapt to our situation. Now, what I am going to do is we'll go to the door. And when we direct someone to go through a door, we have a number of options. We'll right-click on it. We can stick a spy cam under the door and take a look inside and see if there's anybody in there. We can actually kick the door down and throw a flashbang, although that doesn't happen quite as quickly as I would like. In other situations, you can also use the battering ram, and so sometimes you have locked doors. Now, this is an early on mission where there is no locked door on the map, and so we don't have to worry about it, but I'm going to do a breaching charge because I wanted to show those off. So he'll move to the door, and you'll see he has a little activation timer right here. A breaching charge is going to kill anybody within the radius of the door, and then it's also going to stun other people in the room. Now, we have to... Oh, no! Okay, so they tried to rush my position right there. He's going to change his mag out and also probably his underwear because that made me jump like crazy. I'm going to have to change mine if they keep up all these surprises. And given all the bodies we have right now, you would assume... Let's see, we have what looks like 9 bodies. Now, you'd be like, we have cleared out a huge number of people. Nope, there's still like 25 more people on this map. So let's see what we can do here. We could technically go down here and breach through this direction. That might be a little bit safer because we would be able to keep a view on this hallway. At the same time, let's go ahead and let's cancel his order. Let's make sure he's facing the right direction, and we'll blow the door right here. And so there it is. We want him in here. And he's going to take the shot, and he handled it. And then what we're going to do is have him move to here because there may be somebody in this bathroom. We're going to have this gentleman take up quarters on this door right here, I think. Make sure that he's keeping an eye over here. And I'm going to sneak this guy out just a tad. He's injured, though, so he's barely got a tiny smidgen of health left, and we know there might be a submachine gun guy right here. So I'm a little bit terrified to move him out of cover at the moment. They did a pretty good job of clearing out the pool party. I mean, nothing like a hail of bullets to end a pool party. And I think I only had one breaching charge there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And so what I'll do is we'll have him come down. We're just going to have him barely nudge the door, step back, and cover it. But we're not going to have him do that until I give him... Oh, I canceled it. Never mind, that's fine. That works out in our favor. I don't want him facing the wrong direction, so let's make sure he's looking the right way. I don't know if the guy he just shot was the guy with the submachine gun that was right there, so I'm a little terrified to step out right here. But we'll give it a little gozy. Anything? Oh. Oh, and they tried to rush my position right there. And so... God... Luckily for G. Genrick, he seems, it's like the showdown at the OK Corral right here. This is turning into a Waco-esque situation. And so now we need to both breach this door, but we also need to keep an eye on this bathroom. Now we're probably very close to out of breaching charges. Oh, and we got, oh, they came up, that guy, that's where that guy went right there. All right. So we've got one guy left. Let's see if we can do some commando action right here and see, but he's wounded, so I don't really see this going very well for him. As we go across this chasm of death right here, We'll keep an eye on that location because we know for a fact there's an enemy right there because he was laying rounds on us. I'm going to keep checking. Now, in some respects, it's easier to play the game with one guy than it is with multiples because you can direct the way he's looking at all times. And if he's looking in the right direction, you can take the shot that you otherwise couldn't take in all of these situations. Now, I think he got blasted from this direction. Oh, and he got that guy right there. God, there are so many. There are so many dudes up in this place. And I just don't know. I have no idea. Now, I wish that I could loot the breaching charges off my other dead guys, but with the way the game works, once you're out, you're out. So that's it. Now, I think what I'm going to do is let's clear this bathroom first and foremost. I'm a little terrified to come around this corner. The tension in this game is palpable. There is so much tension. And we're going to hit that door right there, and we're going to step him back as quickly as possible. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take a flashbang, and we're going to flush the bathroom out. Not to be punny. And look, we got a guy right there, so let's get him. And that guy took some rounds. He took a number of 45s to the chest. You would hope that a 45 would drop somebody, but it doesn't in every situation. Now, we have to be careful coming out into this hallway. And then we also haven't cleared the kitchen right here. Counting the bodies, I feel like we've killed a lot of people. Now, I feel like this is probably mostly cleared out, but there's just no way to know right now. So what I'm going to do... Ooh, God. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll kiss this door as well as best... Oh, no, and that's game, I think. Oh, and they didn't move. God, what a champ. So NA Notsetter has actually just like saved our entire operation single-handedly. We're going to move him out this way. And he's out of ammo, so we need him back in cover. And then let's go around this way. And this is what I mean. In certain respects, the game is easier with a singular character because you can direct him much more specifically. That may be my problem, though. Don't take it from me. I tend to be really, really bad at games like this that require a lot of forethought. I like to fly by the seat of my pants, if at all necessary. And that guy got blown off the toilet. What a horrible... Oh, and there it is. So that's the man down. And so the mission is failed, but it is a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and restart it here, and hopefully it goes better this time. But the name of the game is Door Kickers, and it's being developed by Kill House Games. It's an early alpha. You can work your way into the alpha through their website, which will be listed down below. The game actually was okayed for greenlight as well, so if it looks like something that you would be intensely interested in, I would super recommend you check it out. Let's see if we can get this guy to throw a flashbang out here in a satisfactory manner, or he can just bulldoze everybody. But the game is really cool. It fills a niche. Like if you're into Rainbow Six or Jagged Alliance, I feel like you would very much like this game. It's got those little things going for it that give you that absolute control of the overall operation that I think that aspect is omitted from so many other games. So many other games are just like, you know what, here's a 5-minute death match, here is the matchmaking, we will get you all set up, play as quickly as possible, have fun with it, and it is what it is. Here's your theme park. This game gives you an unprecedented amount of freedom in the way that you attack your missions, especially as you get further and further along. And who is he shooting at right there? God, they are just rushing me like crazy. So what I'll do is I'll step him on back. There we go. And so I think that freedom is a large part of what makes Door Kickers so much fun, and I really do recommend you check it out. So, my name is Splattercat, I am here with Pixabyte, once again giving you this gameplay alpha preview for Door Kickers. I really, really hope you guys liked it, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. For all the best gameplay previews, reviews, and gameplay footage, you should definitely come join us here at Pixabyte next time, and we look forward to seeing you there. Take care out there, everybody.